tools. I hope they're 9-step.
Oh, it's a McLaren.
It's the MP4 2 Cookie.
That's right.
Is it?
Yep.
So Cookie will absolutely love this car.
He's waiting for an MP4 4.
Well, he'll get what he gets, and he won't get upset.
That's right. So he's going to get one of these, right? Beggars can't be choosers.
That's right.
But this is a classic car, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, tell me about it because I don't know a lot.
So this is a Prost and what was the other one?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I had it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm going to have to cheat now.
You're going to have to cheat.
Prost and who else was it?
PK?
Rosberg.
Oh, Kiki.
Senior.
The original Rosberg.
That's it. So MP4 2. So classical McLaren colours and
Red.
shape, because that's what it's known for, isn't it?
Red and white.
That's it, because it was the Marlboro colours. And there's something a bit secret in here, because it actually comes with Marlboro decals.
Why is that secret?
It's not anymore.
Well, they're not allowed to
I just let
advertise
it
it.
Well, I guess it's just
Do you
one of
think-
those things.
It has Segafredo in there.
What's Segafredo?
Coffee.
That's right. That's a bit of a drug as well, isn't it?
Uh-uh.
No.
That's Italian.
It is. Oh, yeah. Is that a problem?
Well, must be with the McLaren connection. I don't know.
No, it's all good. So this is one of the early kits from Italeri, I believe. It would have been. It would have
Talking about.
It would have been a
early kits.
Protar. It would have been a Protar kit when it was first made.
Mm.
And Protar kits at that time were actually, well, Tamiya were famous for their 12-scale F1 kits at the time. And one of Tamiya's toolmakers wanted to move to Italy, and he actually got a job at Protar cutting these.
Cutting?
That's right. So that's why they have a very Tamiya feel to them.
And these
full
are
interior detail.
These are back in the analog days. Let's be honest. These are not just CAD designed, emailed across to the toolmaker.
This is toolmaker sitting there in the middle of the night with his little spot lamp, hand polishing molds.
Much like Geppetto. Is that what I'm picturing? Geppetto
What was he polishing?
shoes
Oh.
when he wasn't making wooden little boys.
I thought he only made the one. Let's have a closer look at this, eh? Come on, you're in the
You
way.
don't know that.
You're in the way. I don't. I'm just assuming.
You're
Again, it's
assuming
all
an
about-
awful lot.
It's about assumptions. All right, there you go.
You know what this is?
MP4. What's that?
I bet it's where that phone's from.
Oh. Oh, well. What have we got there? We've got a box full of bits.
We got some takeoff 22s.
Who remembers takeoff?
Hey, takeoff 22s.
There you go. So molded wheels. These are quite nice because they've got the good years molded into them, so they're not decal. So it'll be easy enough to paint in these. You can do a whitewash and then paint the outsides of that, and it'll look quite nice.
Really? What do you mean a whitewash?
So whitewash is like a thinner paint, and when you drip it in there, it will just go all the way inside without spilling over the edges.
Without flooding?
No, you flood it. You basically want to flood it, but you don't want it to overflow.
Oh.
Your good gears will turn out. There you go. So all they need is a bit of a scuff of it down the center with some sandpaper, and you're good to go.
Why would you do that?
Because they naturally didn't have this
Mold line?
mold line down the center. It doesn't look scale.
Okay.
And it's quite easy to get rid of that. And also it gives it,
A racetrack sort of,
well, it looks
Yeah.
like it's been used, right? Because all rubber should be scuffed across there.
not new ones. I put a little postage stamp and make it shiny,
Well, you could do that.
like the new ones.
Yeah. All right, so they're the wheels.
It's a very good reason I
not
don't
wheels,
make
they're tires.
them.
Here we go. Here is the monocoque. And you know what I'm
Looks
going
like
to
a fuselage.
Looks like a what?
A fuselage. Is it a plane you're building or an F1?
This is an F1. So this
Are you
is
sure?
So this is when they were using carbon composites. So this is a full carbon composite monocoque. And the floor pan should be as well, shouldn't it?
Floor pan?
Should be all carbon. I'm just going to chop here because I want to
We'll
pull
get
this out.
into it because the people are just seeing an empty box with my hand waving around.
It's not empty, it's full of bits. Here we go. Oh, that's a tight fit, isn't it?
Toy like a toy gun.
There we go, there's a monocoque.
Doesn't it look like an airplane?
It does. 2 pieces.
But it's not a monocoque then, is it?
Oh, it is when you push it together.
Ah,
Okay, so there we go.
it's a bi-monocoque.
It is. So this is the original Protar mold, which Italeri has taken over, and there's quite a lot of the big 12 scale Italeri kits are Protar, although they are making some of the new, such as Bugatti. That's a new molding from Italeri. But what they've done is they've actually enhanced these by including photo etch parts. A beautiful photo etch here. The most impressive is actually the rocker covers. Let's see if I can get in there. Look at that. How beautiful are they?
That is bespoke, and that is something that they
Beautiful.
couldn't
You
have
got all
done.
the tags.
They couldn't have done
the
that 40 years
turbos.
ago, surely.
No. Well, I mean, photo etching was around, but I don't think
They
they would
wouldn't
have
have
done
had that level of detail, surely.
So that's a double etch, and then you got the.
This would all have to be done with
Oh, the
laser,
buckles?
surely.
No, it's laser. Not laser. It's acid etched.
Acid etched.
Yep. And then you got some of the grills as well. So that's a plus. That's something you won't find in the original. And then you can see the bodywork there, top of the cowl. Actually, let's see
That's
the
not a cow.
Brrr. So the whole top cowl lifts off.
Is it
which
designed
has a
to
front
lift
wing.
off when you've assembled it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. So you can have it displayed all together or without it. And then you've got all your big bits and pieces, big chunky bits. You've got your disc brakes, the two pieces, they're ventilated.
Chunkamunka.
That's it. You got, what do you call these? The air intakes for the brakes? Brake cooling? Ducks?
Quack,
Quack.
quack. Not a Tamir duck.
Probably not. They're coming, aren't they? So we've got the seat. You've got calipers. What are the calipers?
Not verniers.
Are they twin calipers?
Twin calipers. Yeah, they get a spare set of wheels. I'm not overly familiar with the architecture of that,
Oh, well, okay. So you got that.
but it would probably be right that they would have twin 4-spot calipers.
So there's more body panels here. So good thing they've molded those in white, so it's easy to paint. It'd be terrible if they molded it in black.
Because it would be really hard to get a white paint, wouldn't it?
That's it. And then you get your suspension arms. And I wonder if this actually has working suspension, because quite a few of the cars, or the kits of that time, did have working suspension, because you can see that they do have these ball joints and how they click
It
together.
does have springs.
Does have springs. Does it look like they compress? There's
Yeah.
a floor pan in here.
It's
And
actually
I
one of
thought-
the first steps.
I thought, and there's the engine and the gearbox and such as well. Now, I thought there was carbon fiber and Kevlar decals in this. There's your windscreen.
I can confirm they are in fact twin caliper brakes.
Are they? Wow.
Yes.
And one-piece wheels, which are really nicely molded. Is there anything hidden under here?
Twin distributor engine.
Nope. Have you got the decals in there?
I have got the decals in
Oh,
here.
have you?
I'm hiding them from you
Are you? Why are you doing that? That's a bit
in
nasty.
case they make you want to smoke.
Oh, that can't be good. All right, let's move this out of the way.
The smoking can't be good.
All right, so these are decals. The decals are actually molded by Cartograph.
And it's Italian.
That's right. And Cartograph are known to have the best decals available. And even Tamiya
Other than
are
J-Spec.
using, other than J-Spec, that's
Well, they
right.
haven't found J-Spec yet.
They're super thin, aren't they? So here are the, what would you call these? They're the barcodes which are used instead of the Marlboros at certain events.
But
like
back
Japan.
then, they wouldn't have had that even back then.
Oh, didn't they have these? Didn't they have something
No,
covering
that
it?
would have been full cigarette back then.
No, that was like Japan. Oh, back then.
No, back then.
Oh, back then. Yeah. Because it was later, right?
this,
Where they
is
had the
what,
tobacco
an 80,
sponsorship.
this is what an 80... What car?
This will have to be like an 86.
Yeah, they would have had full smokes back then, I
Right.
reckon.
Okay, so there's the full smoke set. Very nice.
But
there's
yeah,
Rosberg.
it might be politically incorrect or something if you were to put that. Some people, I don't know.
Could be.
I wouldn't
And then
know.
there's
'cause
a
I'm
carbon
not- I'm not
fiber.
politically correct.
You're not correct at the best of times. So there's the carbon fiber. So there's a really nice carbon fiber weave.
It's like hand laid. Not like a
See
chicken.
that? And you've got your carbon Kevlar too. Oh, that'll be just Kevlar, wouldn't it? It's very, very yellow. Okay, so along the front of the cowl, ends of the wing plates.
Carbon is burnt aramid fiber. Did you know that?
Is it?
Mm.
That's why it's black. High carbon.
High carbon.
So it's converted all those molecules into carbon.
Carbon.
Amazing how strong it is, isn't it? So there we go. That's beautiful there. And then
Diamond.
here's a close-up of
Diamonds are known for their strength.
what, man-made diamonds or any diamond?
You know, diamonds come from carbon, don't they? Compressed carbon is diamond.
They are. That's true. All right, so there you go. Very special decals. All right, let's have a close look at the manual.
Also has Spanish.
So here's pictures of the actual kit that's been built up. Looks very nice, doesn't it?
Politically correct stickering.
Yep.
As per the box.
That's right. Okay, so a legend of all the bits. So we saw all these parts before. There's the multi-piece brakes with the ventilation in them.
Yes.
Your monocoque. You got your engine with the gearbox, suspension components, cooling components on the tray.
So it's not too fiddly.
No, it's not super
It really
fiddly.
is a painter's kit, isn't it?
Yes, yes. So most of the details are actually already molded onto the
Yeah.
parts. So there's less parts count.
Less parts count, but it
That's
makes
right.
it, like you said, probably has articulating suspension.
Yeah. So we've got
And-
screws, so that'll help with that.
Really makes it a painter's car.
That's it. So looking at here, so we're
Got
building up
working
these
steering.
the bulkheads, so sway bar, rockers, working steering. That's right. There's rack and pinion. Got the springs. And you see how the springs go together there, so they'll be working. So it's got working suspension. So they can compress. Okay,
Oh.
building up the front monocoque.
Mm.
You can see the disc brakes here, the two pieces, and twin calipers. All right, so you got those calipers and the uprights going on. We've got the distributors.
Yep.
And it comes with all this vinyl tubing as well. Start building the engine. There's all the photo etch bits that can go on. Rear suspension mounts. You got the shocks there again to see how they'll be working as well. And then we've got all the
Turbochargers, intercoolers,
and then
radiators.
the cooling ducts, engine, monocoque going onto the floor pan. We've got all the side cowls and the intake push rods here. Rear suspension, going back to the cockpit now. Steering going in. Rear uprights, rear wing, and then painting of the body. And then the body, I guess well, it's interesting that they're recommending Tamiya cans.
Mm.
So they've updated their instructions to use Tamiya codes as well.
Well, what codes would they have had?
They would have had Italeri codes back
Really?
in the day. Yeah. So TS49 is interesting because I would have thought this was a full fluoro colored car
I think it was before that era.
before the fluoro, because the MP4-6 was full fluoro. So that's bright red, the TS49. So that's a little bit lighter than the Italian red. That's normally used for the Ferraris of the era. And then that's basically bodywork. And then we've got the seats. So we're doing the harnesses for the seat. That's all put together.
It does have
and there you go.
textile harnesses.
It does. It does. And there you go. There's not really that many bits. So 39 steps. And then your decals. And then,
I'm really looking forward to your entry next year's Model Expo.
oh, that reminds me. I forgot to bring the bits. Should I bring the bits now?
You said you had the bits.
I had the bits, but they're in my bag.
I don't think you did. I think you were fibbing to me.
What do you mean?
I've never seen such bits.
I've got the bits.
I don't think you do.
I've got the bits. You have to trust me.
Well,
I'm going to disappear. I'm going to get my bits.
really?
Yeah.
Well, you better
Put them
wait
in.
till I got something to talk about.
Oh, you got to talk about it. What are you doing?
Well, we'll wait till you finish off. So that is
Yeah, so
the
that's
Italeri 112.
112 MP4 2C.